Hello everyone, Aditya here from J8 Softech. In this session, we are going to discuss about the to FI integration part. Initially we are going to do all the basic settings which are basically done from the side, and then we are going to go ahead with the integration part, that is creation of GL account, creation of material master, vendor master, group together valuation areas, define valuation classes, account grouping, and automatic postings is what we need to do. And then we'll also do this basic stuff which is done by the end users of the department, like creation of purchase order, receipt against purchase order, invoice verification, and payment order. So let's start off with the basic configurations which are done by the side. So let's start with the defining of the plant. So for that we have to go to OX10 transaction, and we just need to click on the create VPRO process hyderabad plant, and then we have country code is India. We can select it from the drop down. So right now we don't have a country code here. The country code which we are supposed to do here is IN. City is something like HYD. So we keep it blank because we need to create those things, and we just need to save it. And here we have Mr. or we can go for MS, John Deere, and we can fill up all these things. Street number, save, and then create. No, actually we already have a request, own request. Search for process. It's been saved. Now come back. Name to also we can give it for that. Back, we'll go for the location OIAS. That's location. We are going to maintain the location here in the OIAS transaction. Then OX09 we are going to maintain the storage location, maintain purchase organization OX08. So we have here OIAS. This we have to go for new entries, and this the plant name is VPRO, location is VPRO LO, local storage location. Then we have to give the storage location details also. Search term is HYD. Field number 1 0 India. Just say OK, and the storage location is also successfully created in OIAS transaction. Save yes. OK, and then we'll go ahead with the maintain storage location, that is OX09 transaction. OX09 transaction, maintain storage location. So here we have VPRO is the associated plant here. So in this we have the address location. Click on new entries, and here the storage location is VPRO. This is storage, and we can create multiple storage locations actually. Just click on save. So we have created a storage location. We have created location. We have created storage location OX09. That's been done. Then we'll go ahead with the OX08, maintaining purchase organization. So for purchase organization, click on this new entries. In this VPRO, this is purchase organization. Save it. Okay, so VPRP is what we'll select as the purchase organization, because purchase organization is already existing with that name. So please remember the VPRP was the purchase organization for us. So just say OK. Later on we can go for position, and we can also search for VPRP. So VPRO is already there. Now we need to go for assign plant to company code, that is OX18. Assign plant to company code. So in this we go for new entries, and company is VPRO, plant is VPRO again, and assign, and click on save. Say OK, then come back. So we have successful. Yes. Do you want to change? Yes. And after assigning the assign plant to company code, we just need to go for assign purchasing organization to company code OX10. So we'll go for OX10. Sorry, OX01. Assign purchasing organization company code OX01. Say OK, and in this click on the position, check for VPRO. For VPRO and VPRP, for both we have not assigned the company code, so let's assign the company code here. There can be two plants as well, so let's search for the VPRO company code, because our company code is VPRO. Here also we can put it as VPRO. Say enter, save, say OK, back. Now once this VPRO is done, assign purchasing organization to plant OX17. So let's assign the purchase organization to the plant OX17. And this new entries, purchasing organization is VPRO, plant is also VPRO. So let's assign that here, save. And we can also go for VPRP as well. So we have done VPRP purchasing organization also, that also we are assigning it to plant VPRO only. We can do it like that. So we can have multiple purchase organizations into one particular plant. Then we have define attributes of material types OMS2. OMS2. There are different types of materials, like we have categories, like we have waste, we have samples, we have compatibles, we have coupons, we have services, we have spare parts, we have a lot of things. So let's assume one more type of material type. So click on new entries, select this, click on new entries. Okay, so we need to copy the existing one. So we just have to copy it like this, because new entries has not been accepted here. So then material type, let us go for JHS. all VIP material, say OK, and quantity updating, value update, pipe mandatory, pipe allowed, all these things we can just manipulate this data later, but we just have this copied from there. Just say enter. Number of independent entries which has been copied is 191. Just say OK, and JHS is a material type that got created, and for this all these material types, all these sub topics have been loaded here. Now let's go ahead. Do you want to save changes? Yes, say OK. Once it's been done, you have to go for maintain computer codes for material management, which maintain company codes for material management, OMSY. So I am into OMSY transaction now, in which we are going to assign the company to the company codes to the material management. So we'll go ahead and click on this company code VPRO. For this we need to give the year 2016 and 12 periods is 12 periods we are giving the 12 periods. 2016 is the fiscal year. We took the year as 2015 and saved it, and because that is already maintained, so we'll fix up for 2016 as well later. Set tolerance limits for price variances, it is OMR6. So let's go to the OMR6 transaction, and in the OMR6 transaction we are going to maintain the tolerance. So you already know that tolerance means the difference of amount which we can manage. For example, if the product is been selling for 60 rupees, we can still sell it if the product falls to 56 rupees or raises to 64 rupees. So maybe like we have some variance, 8% or 10% of the variance is what is acceptable. So that is called tolerance. So we are going to go ahead with the tolerance now. OMR6. So here we are setting the tolerance here, new entries. The tolerance name is VPRO, and then we have save, on request. Say OK, and the tolerance group for this is like, let's say do not check or check limit. Check limit is like if I given as 10% is the lower limit, and the higher limit is 10%. So what it means is if at all the product is costing us 100 rupees, we can still make a business, or we can still do the transaction until the product cost falls to 90 or raises to 110. Beyond that we will not be able to do the transactions. We need to take the approvals or make the required changes. So it is for restricting our transactions to a certain limit. So we are setting up the tolerance for this, and with this we complete the creation of setting up the tolerance groups for the price variance. And there are some defined parameters, and then we have set tolerance limits for goods receipt, OMCO. From this steps we are going to do it in the next video. So in this video we have covered the first 10 steps of the basic configuration. So going forward in the next video we are going to discuss about the remaining next 10 configurations, and then we are going to start for the integration part between the. Hi all, Aditya here from JHSoft Tech. In this session we are going to continue the MM to FI integration. In the previous video we have already done the first 10 steps of MM configuration, and now we are going to go for define plan parameters, for which the transaction code is OMI8. So we'll go to OMI8 create, and here we are going to go for VPRO and create. So we're creating the plan parameters here. Say okay. So we go to maintain, and here we have to maintain all these things in the plan parameters. So we'll go for number ranges. Number ranges we have to maintain for the planned orders, reservation dependent requirements, purchase requisitions, MRP lists, simulative department requests. So as of now we'll go for the planned orders. So if you want to create a planned order, then we have to give some number range here. So I'm taking it from 0012 to some 1000. Two orders. Zero one. Say enter. Save. We have number range 1, back, reservations and dependents or MRP list, simulative department request. In similarly we have to maintain for all these number ranges. Only when we maintain the number ranges we can maintain the reservations or dependent requirements or purchase or requisitions and this stuff like that. So just come back. Then we have MRP data, MRP controllers. In this we go for new entries, and then we have the plant VPRO and MRP controller. We just need to select it from here. So the plant telephone number I can give randomly, like business area is VPRO, profit center is also VPRO. So we have just saved it, VPR controller. Process the controller, save, back, MRP controllers has been maintained. Special procurements, if you want to do some special procurements we need to maintain it here. And then planned orders, since we are doing all the maintenance for the planned orders, in number ranges also we have maintained for planned orders. Here in planned orders we have conversion, planned order to purchase requisition. In this we have to go for some number of planned orders, 01, save. Number of planned orders we can just go for 100, back. And then we have reporting time, runtime statistics. Reporting time frequency is something like 1, display list, save. We have maintained this. Then external procurement to maintain, planning run external procurement. So we are procuring the material from external procurement. So purchasing time is some 10 days. Sub purchasing group, if you have it you can select it from here, or you can keep it blank as well. So here we have unknown assignment. Unknown account assignment is third party. Say enter. So U consumption is U. So U actually stands for unknown. So just need to put it as unknown account assignment, and then we just need to save it. So we have saved it. Back again. So we have maintained the external procurement. In the similar way, we have to also do the rescheduling. If you want to do the rescheduling also, we have to do it. So rescheduling, planning run is rescheduling. If you want to reschedule, then we have something called reschedule firmed planned orders. We can reschedule. We can also reschedule production order. We can also reschedule fixed order. In this way, we can reschedule whatever we want to reschedule. We can select it and we can maintain that, and we have maintained that now. And then we have planning horizon, available stocks, error handling, and item number, and start in past. All these things we have. So aggregation MRP lists we can maintain, and reporting also. Reporting statistics is already been by default maintained. We just need to come out of it and back, and then we have to go ahead with the set tolerance limits for goods receipt OMCO, OMC0. So in OMC0, you just need to go for new entries, and tolerance key, we are giving the tolerance key. We have the tolerance key as VP, moving average price variance. Company code is VPRO. Just say enter, and the limit is 10% here and 10% here. So yes, we do want to check the limits. So save it, and back. So we have completed the set limits for good tolerance, and define default values for physical inventory OMBH. Physical inventory, default values for physical inventory OMBH. Go for position VPRO. We don't have it. Physical inventory per position. Click on this. Okay, so we'll maintain that because we already maintained that default values. We'll see that maintain default values for tax codes OMR2. New entries, VPRO, tax code. We can give some tax code which is already existing. The tax code which we want to go for is, we have created our own tax code like tax VP or something like that. We can give that, or we can give the standard one as well. We created tax in. A3. Here we can give some other tax code like not taxed or duty free or something like 21% or something like that. Then we can save it. So we need to maintain those tax codes. We need to maintain the tax codes and then do it here. But we are keeping it at this point of time. We keep it blank. And we've done all these steps. 11th to 15th steps is what we have done now. Hello everyone, Aditya here from JL Softech. In this session we are discussing about the MM to FI integration, video 3. In the video 1 and 2 we have discussed about the primary basic settings up to 14th step, and then we have defined tax justification. For defined tax justification, we have a particular transaction code called OMGJ. So I'm going into OMGJ. You can also browse it from the path OMGJ. We can also browse it from the path of material management, and in that we have logistics invoice and logistics invoice verification. In that we have tax justification. Just click on this. And in this we have plant overview, and in this we have a position. VPRO is a plant, and for this we have name too. So this is something which we have for Viprosys India justification and save on request. So data was saved. Now we'll come back on GJ, and what we have done here is we have done define tax justification is what we've just looked upon, and this is like something like at the plant level we are doing it, and then we have configure vendor specific tolerances OMRX. So vendor specific tolerances, so that we are going to do it in the OMR6. Let's go to the OMR6 transaction. OMRX, that's OMRX, and I went into OMRX transaction. Okay, it's been logged. I just have to come out of this now. OMRX again. So here we have I need to go for new entries in the vendor specific. So the company code is VPRO, tolerance group is also VPRO, and the new account lower limit is something like 1000, and check limit is something like 10%. Small difference is something around 10, and positive small difference check limit is also 10. Absolute upper limit is something like 100, or something like, we can go for this one. No, we don't want to check this absolute upper limit. We don't want to check these things because it will make an obligation to any postings in the future. So negative value, enter a negative value. So we just save it. This has been saved. We have some lower limits and upper limits been scheduled here, and then what we have is we just have to go for define automatic status change OMRV. So we'll go for OMRV. So in the OMRE new entries, we'll go for company code is VPRO, enter, and save this. Now we have done this automatic status change OMRV. In this, we just named the company name and the automatic status change, and here we have set correct invoice to be completed. Save and back. So what exactly it means is, if you are doing an invoice which is posted properly, then you are assuming it as a completed. So define tolerance limits for invoice verification. The transaction code for this is OMR6. This is a tolerance limits per invoice, and we'll go for new entries, and the tolerance group is something like VP tolerance key and VPRO. I think you can even keep it blank. Do not check. We are not checking any limits. If at all, if you want to check limit is minimum limit is 10. Okay, so we just save it. VP already exists. Okay, VI. Actually, we need to select the tolerance key from here. Then we have price variance PP, VPRO, enter, save. Say save, and this is it is just we have just given a lower limit, and we have not given the upper limit and all these details. So just come back of it. Now what we have is define number ranges 50 and 51. in FBN1. So in FBN1, as you have seen in the past different subledgers, there are various intervals that we need to maintain for different applications. So we have VPRO here, intervals, and in this we have intervals we need to go for 50 and 51. So we need to maintain 50 and 51 here. So intervals 50, 2016, number range is 1001 to something like 1000. Say okay, and then we have this 2000, I mean like yeah, 50. For this we have this save. Okay, and we have to go for other intervals. Then 51, 2016, we'll go for the number range 2001 to say something around 30,000. Say okay, save it, back again. So we have two number ranges that we have maintained for this particular transactions that we have to do for the related stuff. So integration, we are going to do 4 accounts. We are going to create 4 accounts. Inventory RM account is what we need to create now. For that, I'm going to OBD4 just to check what are the various account groups that we have in which we can put these things. In this we have inventory RM account, inventory RM account, and let's put that under the inventory. So let's put that under the inventory. So inventory RM account, and let us create that in the FS00. So the range is 200, 201 to 200, 300. So 200, 200, 202. This one is VPRO. Does not exist. Yes. Create, and in this we have balance sheet account, and in this we are going to go for inventory. The drop down will select as inventory here, and then here I'm copying and pasting the sub description that we have. Inventory RM account, control data INR, balances only in local currencies. Line item, sort key is 001. Interest, we have this as G001. Save it. Data was saved. So 200,202 is the account number that we have here. 200,202. So then we have to create one more account for inventory FG account. Let's create a inventory FG account. That's finished goods account. So let's go for FS00 again. We'll go for 203 now. We haven't yet created that. Create balance sheet, inventory FG account. Balance is only in local currency. Line item, sort key 001. Created G001. Save, back, FS00, 204. Does not exist. Create balance sheet, inventory, GRIR account, control data INR, line item, sort case 001, create G001, save it. This has been done. Let's create for price differences account, price differences account also we are going to create. That we are going to create in 205. Create balances, inventory account, trading control data, tolerance group G00. Okay, tolerance group you are not mentioning here. Line item, keeping it blank. 001. Create G001. Save. And then once it's been done, we are done with all these things. Then we'll go for creation of material master MM01. So let's go ahead with the creation of material master MM01. Here we need to create the material master. In this we are giving some material here. Industry type, we'll give some particular industrial type. And first of all, let's check the MM03 with which we can take the reference and create a material. So here in MM03 we can see the existing materials. Now here we have some data, and we need industry sector. Industry sector we can take it as something like retail. Material type is food, and material number is something like, material number is internal, so we just okay. Okay, so in the next video I'm going to discuss about the creation of material master. From there onwards, all the next steps we'll discuss in the next video. Okay, that's it for this video now. Hello everyone, Aditya here from J8 Softtech. In this session, we are going to discuss the MMFI integration from the MM point of view. I mean, like from the creation of material master is what we are going to discuss now. The previous configurations are already done in this particular screen. So let's quickly look at all the configurations that are already done in the server, in the particular server in which we are doing it, and then we'll go ahead with the creation of material, because unless and until we have the previous configurations right in place, we will not be able to create a material in this particular server in which we are trying to create. So I'm logging into this, and let's quickly see all the configurations. OX10, the plant have to be there here. OX10, we are making use of all as VIPRO or VPRO. So let's check the plant as VPRO. We have the VPRO plant, and then we have OLAS, that's defined location. OLAS, this also we have created as OIAS. So in this we are going to create the location. Location also we have created as VPRO, and this VPRO LO, this is the location that we need to make a note of. The location is VPRO underscore LO. And then we need to go for maintain storage location, that is OX09. OX09 we have done the storage location. Let's quickly see that VPRO. For VPRO we have to maintain locations, so we can maintain multiple locations. Select this address storage, so we have to create new entries, and here we'll go for V1, VP1, VP2, VP3. We can put multiple storage locations here. So we can go for MS storage location 1, India. This is HYD. On. So just say OK. This is for the other one. So the storage location, say 2. It's say in Pune. And then we have the country as India. We can give all these address because we have given 3 storage locations. We'll go for 3 storage locations configurations, and we have this in Mumbai, India, and save, own request. So we are saving it as a request. So basically we are looking at each and every step, have they been done successfully, or if they have not done, we are fixing it up. So come back to that, and then we'll go for the OX08 purchasing organization. OX08, we have to create a purchase organization. So we want to create as VPRO. So VPRO purchase organization is already there, and we also have another purchase organization as VPRP, VPRO. These 2 are the things that we have now. And then we'll go ahead with the assign plan to company code, that is OX18. We have plan to company code. Plan to company code, we go to VPRO, and then we have to just check that, and VPRO company, and we have the plant, and we have assigned this. This has already been assigned. Save and back, and then we'll go ahead with the OX01 assign purchase organization to company code OX01. In this position we have VPRO, and in this the purchase organization is already assigned to company code, and that has been done. Back, and then we'll go for OX17 assign purchase organization to plant OX17. In this position VPRO, and for this, for the purchase organization, we have already assigned the plant. Okay, anyways. Okay, so we already seen the plant. OMS2, define attributes of material types. OMS2, we have attributes to material types. So we just need to first create a material type. Let's create a material type now. Okay, we have to copy from the existing ones. So let's copy from material type as ABF. So select this, copy, and this you change it as VPRO material type, and then we need to enter this. Dependent 191 dependent entries have been copied. Save, say OK, and if at all you want to go for quantity and value updating, you can go for quantity and value updating here. Okay, so we have saved it and back, and then we have OMSY, that is maintain company code to material management. OMSY, on this OMXY position VPRO, and in this we have 2015. We'll change this 2016 because this is the fiscal year 2016. Enter. Okay, this is for the past year, so we have to update it as 2015 only because it's for the past year. And then we can go ahead with the OMR6, that is set tolerance limits for price variance. OMR6. Let's look at the OMR6 now. In the OMR6 we have already done set the tolerance groups for this particular scenario. So we have OMR6 check limit 10, upper limit is 10, back again. So in this we have to go ahead with the define plant parameters. For defining plant parameters, so for plant parameters the transaction code is OMI8. So we'll go for OMI8. This is for plant parameters. We can create for VPRO, already exists. So we just want to change this, maintain VPRO, maintain. So we have number ranges in planned orders are already been maintained. So reservations we have 0101 and we have maintained this. We go for reservations and dependent requisitions. We have in our statements we have number range is 01, save, say OK. So maintain purchase requisitions, MRP lists and simulative department request also we can do it. Purchase requisition 01, save, say OK. Then MRP lists 01, save, say OK. Simulative department request 01, back. So we can maintain in this way we can maintain the number ranges for all special requirements, availability departure request, and then we have external procurement, rescheduling, available stock, start, everything is done, everything we can maintain it. Okay, let's get back to that. So in this we can do all these plant parameters, and then we have set tolerance limits for goods OMC0, and then we go for VPRO, and then we have already done the all the tolerance limits as VP. We have given this here, and back, that is like tolerance limits for goods receipts, we have done that. And OMBH, define default values for physical inventory. OMBH we have done this. In the OMBH we are checking for the plant VPRO. For VPRO we don't have this, so we'll go ahead with the we have to make it updated to the VPRO. So in OMC0 we have this define physical values for inventory, we'll just check that, and maintain default values for tax codes. OMR2 we have done the configurations, positions, VPRO we have this, and we can also check the values for this. So VPRO, company code, tax code we can mention it, and only that tax code will be default tax code will be applied here, but as of now we are keeping it blank because we don't want to calculate any plant now. And for the tax certification, the transaction code is OMGJ. So OMGJ, and in OMGJ so as of now we are not doing the tax certification, but in fact if you want to do it, then this is the path, but it's not working here right now. The define tax certification, when you click here, it's going into the plan, so we are ignoring this step, and then we'll go ahead with the next step is OMRX, like that is configure vendor specific tolerances. So when we have OMRX, we have already maintained that. Company code, new entries, vendor specific tolerances, new entries, we can go for VPRO. Tolerance group is like VPRO again, and if it's for vendors, particular vendor, we can have some limit. As of now we are not giving any limits, we are keeping it free, and back, and then we are going ahead with the define tolerance limits for invoice verification. This is OMR6, then we'll go ahead with this OMR6. Now in this tolerance limits for the vendors, in this position VPRO, and in this we'll go for double click on this, and we have already implemented the tolerance key as VP, and we have given the check limit as 10 and 10. So we can, as of now we'll put it as do not check, because we want to keep it free now, because we want to do open postings now. So then we'll go for FBN1. In FBN1 also we have maintained the intervals for 50 and 51. Okay, we have not maintained here, let's maintain it as 50, 2016, and number range is 7728000, enter, intervals 51, 2016, 8001, 9, okay, enter, save, say OK. the intervals can't be transported. We have to maintain again the intervals in the production when we move it there. Okay, so let's go ahead with the this creation of GL accounts also we have done in the FS00. All this we have completed. It's a simple task. All that we did is we kept the description as the inventory, RM and all these things. Now let's go ahead with the MM01, a creation of material for that particular material type, that is VPRO. Just now we have gotten the material type. So in the MM01 we are giving it as process material type, and the industry sector we give it as retail, enter, and we are selecting basic data 2. We want to make it very simple right now, so we are keeping the basic data 1, basic data 2, say OK. You can see Airbus, Boeing, aluminum wing, that's a material, and we have piece. We can give all these details whenever it is required, but as of now we were keeping it simple. We are creating this material 1807, that's a material type that we are creating. So here you can see that material 18008 is created successfully, and if at all you want to modify anything, then you can go ahead into MM02 and check that 18008 whatever material that we have just now created. We can just check that in the MM02 and we can change all the details here. And if at all in case like you want to display, you can go into MM03, wherein you can give that name material, and we can give display, and we'll get this all details. So in the MM03 we'll not be able to do any modifications, but in MM02 we can do the modifications. So this is what we normally have for the material creation. We successfully created till the material creation. In the next video, let's finish off the remaining parts or remaining topics of the MM integration. After that we can start off building up the flow. So once the flow is completed, we can start with the SD integration with FI. Hello everyone, Aditya here from JH Softech. In this session, we are going to discuss the configuration from the third step, the creation of vendor master, and group together valuation areas, define valuation classes, define account grouping for movement types, and configure automatic postings. These are the things that we are going to do now. Let's start off with the XK01. So in this we have to go ahead with the XK01 here. I'm doing this in the XK01. So in the XK01 we need to create some vendor here. The company code for us is VPRO, purchasing organization is VPRO, account group is also VPRO, and we just say enter. Okay, so external, so we say 1256 and say enter. Okay, we need to give the range because that range is here, so we can say 3000000. So I'll give here as 3000000 and enter. We're creating a vendor here, already exists, so 1 already exists. Say I can say 9, and now here we'll say Mr. John, Hyderabad is a search term, and country is India. I'm just giving only those things which are mandatory here. So then we have customer. If at all, if this vendor is also our customer, then we need to give the customer number here, so that will be linked to the vendor. So these two are mutually same. That it might be a case in certain cases, it might be so that the vendor might be our customer as well. So at that time we have to give that customer number here, but as of now we are just ignoring this. These are the things that we can give. The first name is John, say Peter, enter, say enter, and here this is the mandatory thing that we need to give here. Unless and until you give the reconciliation account and cash management group, it's not going to store in XK01. But if the same thing is done through MK01, which is done by MM people, there is no reconciliation account in the MK01. Okay, so just normally they create the MK01, they create the vendor. So here reconciliation account is mandatory for us. So these are the two reconciliation accounts which we already created. So vendor reconciliation account is what we created in the FS00. I'm making use of that here. And here domestic, I'm giving this cash management group as domestic and save. So once we have this, order currency is INR, say enter and click on save. So this 300009 has been created successfully for the purchase, for the company code VPRO, purchase ordination VPR. Okay, this is what we are supposed to do in the XK01. In XK01 we are supposed to create the vendors. Then we have OMWD. So group together valuation vendors, OMWD. So in the OMWD we have these valuation areas, and we are supposed to create the valuation areas here, group together valuation areas. So here we will go for VPRO. So we have valuation group code, and valuation group code I am creating as VPRO. Just say save. We just need to create a unique valuation area. So we have created this as VPRO here and back. Now we have OMSK, that's a valuation class is OMSK, enter. That's a valuation class. So account category reference we need to give it here. In the account category reference we have different types of categories already. So account category reference are 0, 0001, 0002 and all new entries, and in this I am giving it as VPRO. So Wipro account category reference, say OK, save, say OK. So we have created one account category reference of our own. These are all the standard ones which are existing. Then we have valuation class. In the valuation class also we have VPRO, which does not exist. So we are creating new entries. VPRO is the valuation class. Account reference is also VPRO. This is all for Wipro valuation class. Say OK, save it, say OK, next back. Then we have save it, back, and valuation class we already gave this. Then we have material type, account category reference. So material type and account category reference is what we need to configure here. So material types, there are different types of material types here. These are the existing material types we have. So in this Wipro is the material type that we created, and account reference is 0007 by default. So this is reference for non-validated materials. We just save it. We're just checking that, and data is already saved. We don't want to change anything because it's already assigned here. If you want to change any assignment, we can do that. So OMWN. So we have to go ahead with the OMWN here. OMWN. Different account grouping for movement types. So here we have account grouping, and grouping is like, we have to combine these things. So position, movement type is VPRO, so we don't have it. So movement type, account grouping, we just have an overview here. We can't change this, so we'll just have movement types, account grouping movement types. We have 101. So these are the account grouping. So we have movement type is 922. For this, if you want to make any changes in this, we can do it. As of now, we are not doing any changes here. The movement types we are keeping as it is, and we have OBYC, that's automatic postings, OBYC, and in this we have different types of account posts. So we can go ahead into the each and every one. This is from agency bus, chart of accounts is VPRO. We can get into it. And what is this chart of accounts? I mean, like what is the account that we want to maintain here? Do you want to maintain credit or debit or anything else? So here with the transaction is AG1, that is REV from agency bus, and then we can have save yes. So we can have an account number here. We can assign an account number for this. Okay, so the account number that we have to maintain here is the account number that we just now created. We actually created account numbers individually for each and every process here, automatic postings. So we'll take the asset GL account here and just say save. So we need to first go to the posting key and we need to mention whether it's a debit or credit. So we say invoice, just say enter, save. So this is posting key is 01 for invoice, and for clearance, invoice clearance or payment. This is for account of for customer debit, reverse invoice, incoming payments. Okay, so let's take this as incoming payment, save it. So back, and then we need to maintain this way. We need to maintain accounts for each and every type. This is like sales, frequency, agency bus. So in this way we can maintain for all. So and automatic postings, for automatic postings we need to maintain all these things for OBYC. Whichever are the accounts for which we need to maintain it, we have to maintain it. And then we have to go ahead with the creation of purchase order ME21N.